हेलो एवरीबॉडी, ग्रीटिंग्स फ्रॉम हार्ट केयर फाउंडेशन ऑफ इंडिया। मैं डॉक्टर के अग्रवाल आप सब लोगों का 37th फ्राइडे मीटिंग में स्वागत करता हूं। ओवर टू वंदना जी।
Good morning, everybody. My name is Sapna, Manager, Heartcare Foundation of India. I am delighted to welcome all of you to our 37 weekly webinar. Topic for today's webinar, new strain of coronavirus. I would like to extend a very warm welcome to our co-host for today's webinar, Shri Simant Prashar, Vice Principal, KNP College of Nursing, Bhopal MP. Now I invite Shri Simant Prashar ji to propose welcome note.
Good morning, everybody. Myself, Shiman Parasar. Thank you, madam, for inviting me and giving me this opportunity to welcome the eminent personality of the of today. Uh, First of all, myself, Shiman Parasar from Vice Principal, KNP College of Nursing, Bhopal. I would like to welcome all the participants present over this platform, especially our guest of the speaker today, Sri Padma Bhushan, Sri KK Agarwal sir, on the behalf of all Heart Care Foundation and KNP College of Nursing. Sir, KK Agarwal sir is a very eminent personality and a recipient of many national and international awards like Padma Shri, Vishnu Hindi Samman, Dr. V.C. Rai National Award and National Science Communication Award. Sir has also three-time Linka Book record also. Sir, medalist, TED Talks, speaker, recipient of FICCI Healthcare Personality of the Year Award 2016. Sir also has graced so many departments of India by his dynamic knowledge and visionary experience. Like President and Honorary Secretary of Indian Medical Association, past President of Delhi Medical Association of IMA New Delhi branch, former Ethical Committee member of Delhi Medical Council. So, sir is a very dynamic and versatile personality present today with us. And today, sir is going to enrich ourselves, all medical fraternity, with the knowledge of new strain of coronavirus that we are very afraid with this. We had spent entire 2020 with the coronavirus. Now the one new strain is also coming, and all of us are affected by this. So I welcome sir, and I invite you to please enlighten ourselves and all the fraternity with the your experience, guidance, and knowledge, sir.
Thank you,
Welcome, K. Agarwal, sir.
thank you, Simant Parashar ji. Thank you, Dr. Kalra ji, my colleague who is here. Govind Gupta ji, who is also with us. Dr. Suresh Mittal, both of them are close colleagues of mine. And we also have our teacher, Simant Parashar ji, and all my colleagues, students, children, grandchildren, whosoever is watching this program. For the last almost 5 days, I've been concentrating on understanding the virus and the genome. In fact, 3 days, 3 sessions in a day, I'm doing it on virus mutation. Tomorrow also, the whole day, I will be talking about virus mutation and updating my knowledge on this particular subject. So whatever I'm discussing, every 2 hours when I discuss a new subject, there is some updated knowledge about this. So I'm going to share some of the slides. Normally, I don't talk about slide, but to understand this subject is impossible without a slide. So this to acknowledge whatever I have learned on this subject. I want to acknowledge 4 people. Dr. Angelique Kotze, she is the chairperson of South Africa Medical Association. Dr. Pavitra Venkata Gopalan, who did her thesis on coronavirus. Dr. Navedita Gupta, who is the viral head of ICMR. Dr. Jayanti Shastri, she is in Mumbai, an expert on virology and in charge of the Municipal Corporation Virology Lab. These are the 4 people who have shared their slides with me, or they have given lectures, and I have learned a lot apart from Dr. Anita Chakrabarti, Dr. Vikas, many others who are a part of our roundtable with that. So whatever I'm presenting very basics. When I talk about mutation, suppose I say there is a 5 amino acids in a virus. The virus has thousands of amino acids. Let us say the name of the amino acids are AMITA. And if I make it AMIITA, I have added one I extra, the person's identity will not change. This is called synonymous mutation. Synonymous mutation means a synonymous amino acid extra has come, which has not changed the character of the amino acid. If I write AMTA, still from a distance, it look like Amita. So there is a deletion. But if I say it carefully, I will find there is some distortion of the shape. So whenever there are deletions of amino acid, it may cause some changes. Then if I write AMITAA, this is again synonymous with an addition. If I make as small, MITA, this is also a change. So these are, but if I write the last one, AMUTA, now you don't know whether it is Amita or not, or it is a spelling mistake. So AMUTA means a antigenic shift. All others are antigenic drift. Antigenic shift means now it may be a new virus. So at this moment, in mutations, when there is a virus, a mutation can come of the gene leading to the amino acid substitution or addition. Now, when there is a new mutation, why should we bother? Why should a country have a genomic lab? Number one, to discover the virus. Number two, to develop diagnostics. Number three, to develop a vaccine. Number four, to track a transmission. Number five, to identify a reinfection and to understand host-virus interaction. Now, if there is a mutation, why should I bother? My first thing is, will it make the virus more contagious? B, will it virus make the disease more severe? C, will the virus change my diagnostic methods? Next, will it be that new vaccine may not work on them? New monoclonal antibodies may not work on them. Or this virus may not make antibodies at all. So these are the repercussions of a mutation. That's the reason the whole country is worried. The whole world is worried. At this moment, the worry is on the vaccine. This worry would not have been there. This worry was not there when the first mutation, 614 mutation came. But at this time, the mutation is lost. Now, when you read, you use 4 words: variant, strain, lineage, mutant. So the word variant, strain, and lineage are scientific terms. When we talk about the public, we use the word mutation. So mutant is not a scientific term. The scientific term is variant, strain, or lineage. When you write two words you must remember. VUI means virus variant under investigation. When it becomes VOC, it means variant of concern. The UK variant till couple of days was VUI, but now it is VOC. Everything has been confirmed. Now it is a variant of concern. So new variant in UK and South Africa today are VOC, variant of concern. Now this is how the virus looks like. The above is the SARS virus. Below is the MERS virus. Now I pick up from there only the SARS virus. Above is the SARS virus and below is only the spike protein. Now when there is, so therefore, these are made up of genes. Genes decides the amino acid formation. Now here you will see the virus has these types of genes. We have ORF1A, ORF1B, S3A3B, E for envelope, M for membrane, then ORF6, ORF7A7B, ORF8A8B, ORF9B, then N is the nucleic acid component of the virus. This complete is the RNA of the virus. This complete is the RNA of the virus. When we say this S and go further this S, this contains 1 to 1255 genes. So from 1 to 1255 genes are there. This S protein is divided into S1 and S2. S1 and S2. And in S1, we have the green portion called RBD. In that green portion, we have a red portion called RBM. RBD is receptor binding domain and RBM is receptor binding moiety. Now, whenever we look for a mutation, we look for a mutation. Where is the mutation? Is it in S or non-S? Is it in S or non-S? Then we look for if it is in S, is it in RBD or non-RBD? And if it is RBD, we say, is it in RBM or not? So if a mutation is RBM, dangerous, maximum dangerous, RBD, less dangerous, non-RBD और कम dangerous, non-S और कम dangerous. तो सबसे ज्यादा इस वक्त में हम देख रहे हैं कि म्यूटेशन, whenever there is a mutation, which of part of the virus the mutation is there? Which part of the virus mutation is there? I'm just coming in 1 second. You'll have to just.
सर अनम्यूट करिए.
So when I talk about this, so whenever I want to talk about the mutation, so I want to check the mutation, is it in S? Is it in non-S? If it is in S, is it in RBD? It is non-RBD. If it is in RBD, is it in RBM or not? Now the mutation of South Africa is in RBM. The mutation of UK is in RBD. The earlier mutation, which is called 614, was in 614, 510 और 690 के 80 के बीच में, that was in non-RBD. So the first mutation at this moment, the mutation which is happening in the country, the mutation which is happening in the country is in non-RBD mutation. That's what in India we have a mutation which is called non-RBD mutation. The mutation in UK is RBD mutation, and the mutation in South Africa is RBM mutation. So remember, we need to understand three mutations. The mutation in the India at this moment is 614, which is non-RBD. In UK, it is 501, which is RBD. And in South Africa, it is 501 plus one more, plus one more. One of them is in the RBM. Now we can back to these parts. You can see the same parts. The top line is seen here again. What are the functions of each? So there are ORF1A and ORF1B, which takes the maximum part of the virus. Now this ORF1A and B is implicated in what? It is implicated in virus replication. It is implicated in proofreading. It is implicated in suppressed cellular immunity and unknown. So therefore, if there is a mutation on ORF1A and ORF1B, the virus replication will get affected. The proofreading will not be there. That means more mutations will come. So if there is a mutation in ORF1A and B, the virus will mutate more because it is bound to make mistakes with proofreading. If it is in NSP3, then it will cause counteracts host innate immunity. And there are many more. I'm not going into the details. Then you can come back is, so spike, if there is a mutation on spike, it will initiate the infection. So every portion we know where can be the mutation and meaning of that particular mutation. Now let us come back to different types of mutations happening in the world. This is a slide which has come from Dr. Navedita Gupta. So there are, when you say there are 8 different types of major mutations happening in India. Out of them, 7 are the known classification and 8th one is unclassified. The classified mutations are, first one is L, which is the original virus. Then it became S virus, from L to S virus. What does S means? On 884th amino acid, there is a substitution from L to S. From L to S. This amino acid has changed. Then came V, then came G, then came GH, GR, GV. And new strains now are going to become, their classification will come. So depending upon the amino acid change on an important area, it becomes a different clade. Now, if I see India में क्या हो रहा है, तो इंडिया के अंदर में इस वक्त में इंडिया के अंदर में you can see इंडिया के अंदर में 58.6% G वाले हैं, GH वाले कितने हैं, तो हर प्रकार का क्लेड हमारे पास में है, and you can mention it here. It is 0 as well as जो नए वायरसेस हैं वो नहीं है. Now, SARS-CoV is a RNA virus. RNA virus are more prone to get mutations. Why? Because इन्फ्लुएंजा वायरस के अंदर में और इसमें क्या फर्क है कि इन्फ्लुएंजा वायरस में प्रूफ रीडर नहीं है, इसलिए म्यूटेशन ज्यादा होते हैं. इस वायरस में देयर इज ए प्रूफ रीडिंग मैकेनिज्म्स, देयरफॉर the chances of infection are low. The mutations are lower than influenza virus. Now, these are the different mutations which are present in the circulation. I am not talking about that. This is for the reference. But I want to now come back to the main mutations, the UK variation and the variation of, so the existing mutation is D614G, means at 614th position, aspartic acid has been replaced by glycemic acid. And that has caused two changes. Changes number one, more infectivity, but also liable to get killed by the neutralizing antibodies. Because of this D614G mutations, monoclonal antibodies have come as a part of treatment. So this is D614G increases coronavirus replication and infectivity while also making the germ more vulnerable to neutralization by antibodies. Now, this is how the S protein looks like. This is how the S protein looks like. You can see this is S1, this is S2, this is S1, and this is S2. This is how S1 and S2 looks like. And this green area is the one which is the receptor binding protein, or the RBD, which is like a key. This is how RBD on the right side, don't look at the left side. This is how the green portion, this is S1, S2. This is how the RBD gets fixed into the ACE2. And this is how the union takes place. This is how they unite between the two. So you can see here, this is how they unite. Now we come back to the UK strain now. UK strain has 23 mutations. 23 mutations. Main substitution is 501. So where is 501? It is in RBD, green portion. So 501 mein asparagine is replaced by tyrosine. That's all. One amino acid asparagine has been replaced by tyrosine. इसके अलावा 69, 70 and 144 ये कहाँ हुए? ब्लू के अंदर में. इस ब्लू एरिया में से 3 अमाइनो एसिड्स रिटायर्ड हर्ड होके चले गए, 69, 70 and 144. इसके अलावा 570 ब्लू के अंदर में आएगा, 681 वो भी ब्लू के अंदर में आएगा, 982 वो यहां पर आएगा, HRI1 के अंदर में आएगा, देन 118 वो यहां पर आएगा. यहां पर भी सब्स्टिट्यूशंस है, इनकी इंपॉर्टेंस के बारे में नहीं पता. Now you see on the right side, जहां जहां पर भी एरो लगे हैं, ये 23 जीन म्यूटेशंस हैं. इन एरियाज में म्यूटेशंस हुए हैं. So it is a significant mutation. ये डिफरेंट जीन्स के बारे में बोल रहे हैं कि किससे क्या हो सकता है. So because of this mutation, you can see the second wave is much larger than the first wave. Now we come back to South Africa strain. South Africa strain में 501 वाली जो ग्रीन है वो सेम है जो यूके में है. उसके अलावा 417 में 417 आरबीडी में आया. तो 417 में लाइसिन is replaced with asparagine and E484. Now this is concerned, 484 is in RBM, जहां पे glutamic acid lysine में convert हो गया है. Now here comes the difference between UK and South Africa. साउथ यूके वाले में सिर्फ इस ग्रीन में था, साउथ अफ्रीका में एक इस ग्रीन में, एक इस रेड में, एक इस ग्रीन में है. Therefore, South Africa strain theoretically should be more significant than the UK strain in terms of contagiousness. साउथ अफ्रीका में आप देखेंगे सारे ब्लू या हरे हैं, लेकिन सडनली लास्ट 2 हफ्ते में सारे पीली स्ट्रेन आ गई है. That means there is a new strain with that. So this is how the ACE2 and the SARS protein, they mix with each other and unite with each other. And these are the 3 mutations in South Africa. ये spike RBD domain है, ये ACE inhibitor है, और ये 3 जगह पे लाल रंग से mutation हो गया, और ये सारे के सारे changes आ गए इसके साथ में. And this is how you can see, suddenly the second wave is more stronger than the first wave. So this is how you define the changes. If you say N changes with Y, so you check it out here. N means asparagine, Y means tyrosine. So ये टेबल है जो बताती है, क्योंकि जो नॉमेनक्लेचर आता है वो ARNDB लिख के आता है, बट दिस इज हाउ वी डिसाइड कि कौन सा कहाँ पे सब्स्टिट्यूशन हुआ है. सो देयर आर 3 मेन सब्स्टिट्यूशंस, 614, 501, और 501 में 2 हैं, 501 V1 एंड 501 V2. इसके अलावा एक और म्यूटेशन आई थी, जो आई थी डेनमार्क में, लेकिन वो खत्म हो गई. उसके अंदर में भी क्या क्या देखा गया, 6970 देखा गया, जो कि यूके वाली स्ट्रेन में है. इसका मतलब है कि यूके के अंदर में जो एक म्यूटेशन हुआ था 23 में से, वो डेनमार्क में भी देखा गया था. तो क्या ये डेनमार्क का वायरस है जो यूके में आ गया है, वो पता नहीं. क्या हम जो लोगों को कन्वलेसेंट प्लाज्मा दे रहे हैं बार बार, क्या इम्यूनो सेपरेशन के लोगों को हम लोग वी आर गिविंग कंटिन्यूअसली कन्वलेसेंट प्लाज्मा, which is making the virus, keeping the virus alive, is responsible for these mutations? We don't know. So this is what I wanted to talk about, the new mutations. So let us now start and summarizing the new mutations. Mutations are bound to occur. Mutations will keep on occurring in the society. This virus has a so how this virus works? This virus cannot replicate by itself. It enters my cells, hijacks the photocopier machine, and gives its film. So there is a proofreading mechanism which checks the copying of the virus genome. And if the genome mechanism photocopying machine is defective, the mutation will occur. But the chances of mutation are much lower than in the flu vaccine. But depending upon which area of the body mutation occurs. Suppose, imagine I am the virus and there is a mutation and I am born with absent right arm. It is much more important than I am born with instead of black eyes, if I am born with the blue eyes. So which mutation which cause what will depend upon what that gene is responsible for which function. So at this moment, number one, as per the government of India and as per the ICMR, we don't have any new virus in our country as on today. So as on today, new virus strains are not seen in India. Government is on alert to find out the new vaccines. The government is on alert to find out the new vaccines. Number three, South African virus and England virus, they started detecting it in September, both the countries. Therefore, in 3 months, there has been a delay in picking up these mutations. Ideally speaking, whenever you are seeing a second peak, it makes a common sense that if the second peak is larger than the first peak, you should suspect a mutation. The reason being, behavioral changes cannot make a peak larger than the first peak. So my clinical assumption is, if the second peak is smaller than the first peak, but broader, it has to be a behavioral change, most likely. But if the second peak is very, 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 very significant, it should have been a mutation in the virus. So the mutation started in September. All of them missed it till December. In 3 months, I will not be surprised if all the viruses in all the countries which have a second peak stronger than the first peak is due to this particular virus. Now, will this virus enter into India? Maybe it has already entered. We don't know. We don't know whether it has entered India or not. There is no way to tell whether it has entered India or not. But looking at the graph of the India and density of the India, single peak, 16th of September, when the new virus came in other countries, our cases started declining, may mean that we already are towards herd immunity. If that's so, this virus may not be of that much concern to our country. The way cases have happened in India, except in few states, I will not be surprised if India has already achieved a semi-herd immunity. And with the vaccination process of 30 crores vaccination, maybe by 24th of March, the first anniversary of lockdown, we may have controlled the disease. So at this moment, we will be talking about this on a daily basis. The message today is India need not panic. So far, we don't have a new strain. UK, South Africa, and all those countries where the secondary wave is there, they need to worry, because even if it does not lead to increased mortality, sheer increased number of cases will cause more mortality. Because 1% symptomatic के तो फिर भी मरेंगे ना. Normal mortality is 1% of symptomatic cases. उस सिचुएशन में अगर केसेस बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ेंगे तो मोर्टेलिटी तो बढ़ेगी. So, जो भी मैंने आज सीखा है, मेरी आदत है जो सीखूं वो सिखाऊं. आई एम नॉट ए वायरोलॉजिस्ट, लेकिन ये 3 लोग हैं जिन्होंने, मैंने इनसे इंटरेक्शन किया, और इंटरेक्शन करने के बाद में मैंने इसको इतना सिंप्लीफाई किया, और इसमें मेरी बहुत सारी एजम्पशंस हैं कि आप लोगों को पता लगे. सो वी विल हैव 15 मिनट्स क्वेश्चन आंसर्स, क्योंकि क्रिसमस का डे है, आप लोगों को केक काटने भी जाना होगा, तो इसलिए मैंने आज के लेक्चर को थोड़ा शॉर्ट किया. सीमन जी.
Thank you very much, sir. You have explained very nicely the news trend to all of us, and you assure us that need not to worry to Indians, and we believe on your assumptions, and now we hopefully that we have finished that wave in the first anniversary of that first lockdown, we are believing as you believing in that. So if anybody have any question, can ask. Sir has very nicely explained. Uh, if anybody have any doubt or any questions, he or she can ask. Sir will explain it. One question I have seen in Dropbox, sir, and so many people are worried about that. That does that vaccine is having that big strain on, or what the discussion is going on? What is the fact about that?
वैक्सीन इंडिया में एक हफ्ते में आना चाहिए.
Yes, sir.
I have all the reasons to believe that vaccine will be a New Year's gift to India. So it may be declared on 27th, 28th, 29th, or 30th or 31st. There is no reason why Modi ji should not address the nation on 31st or 30th with the good news about the vaccine. अब कौन सा वैक्सीन ये लोग पास करते हैं समय बताएगा. But by mid of January, all the 3 vaccines will be there.
Okay, sir.
The very fact Delhi government has said that we will start vaccination next week. Otherwise, the Delhi CM would not have said that कि next week में हम vaccination drive चालू करेंगे. इसका मतलब है कि वैक्सीन्स मार्च से पहले कम से कम 25 करोड़ लोगों को लगा दिए जाएंगे. इससे फर्क नहीं पड़ता कौन सा वैक्सीन है, जो वैक्सीन आपको मिले वो लगवाओ.
Okay, sir. And how we could distinguish this strain on the basis of symptoms, sir? Like older, we are seeing that cough, cold, diarrhea. These are.
मेरी सिक्स सेंस कहती है, गलत भी हो सकती है, कि इसमें लॉस ऑफ स्मेल, लॉस ऑफ टेस्ट ज्यादा होगा. बट द टाइम विल टेल अस. ये मेरी सिक्स सेंस कैसी है कि लॉस ऑफ स्मेल, लॉस ऑफ टेस्ट ज्यादा होगा. गलत भी हो सकता हूँ मैं.
Okay. One question is Muhammad Afzal is asking what is the difference between
upper respiratory versus lower respiratory.
Yeah,
SARS-2 is more, COVID is more upper respiratory. That was more lower respiratory. उसमें pneumonias ज़्यादा थे, इसलिए mortality 30% थी. इसलिए वहाँ पे लोग ज़्यादा सीरियस हुए और 100 में से 30 मर गए. इसके अंदर में अपर रेस्पिरेटरी सिम्टम्स ज्यादा हैं, निमोनियास कंपैरेटिवली कम है.
Okay, sir, thank you. One more question Muhammad Afzal had asked to us: did corona vaccine contain gelatin of pig?
जेलेटिन एक ऐसी चीज है जो बहुत सारी दवाइयों में होती है. I also saw this as a news study, as a news item couple of days back, because some Islam organization said कि क्या फर्क पड़ता है, वैक्सीन है. उसके हिसाब से तो maybe most of the medicine contains gelatin which comes from the animal source.
Definitely, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I would like to take some more questions from chat box. This is the over for questions, sir. If anybody has. Yes, sir.
जो लिखा है gelatin, if I read the PETA, gelatin is a protein obtained by boiling skin, tendons, ligaments, and bones with water. It is usually obtained from cows or pigs. Gelatin is not vegan. However, there is a product called agar agar that is sometimes marketed as gelatin, which is vegan. So I'll ask Dr. Kalra to add.
I think you have very well, sir, covered a very complex topic in a simple way. I think people are able to understand what are the mutations और उनकी क्या importance है. Key message वही है जैसे आपने बताया कि ये वायरस में म्यूटेशन इज ए नॉर्म, ये होती रहती हैं। और जैसा कि अभी एक्सप्लेन किया डॉक्टर साहब ने, कोई पैनिक की कोई बात नहीं है। हो सकता है कि थोड़ा सा इन्फेक्शसनेस बढ़ जाए, थोड़ा स्प्रेड जो है इस वायरस का थोड़ा बढ़ जाए अगर जहाँ जहाँ भी ये वायरस स्ट्रेन है, पर अबाउट द सिवियरिटी आज की रिपोर्ट के हिसाब से तो बहुत ज़्यादा सीरियस नहीं है ये, बाकी आने वाला समय बताएगा। तो जो भी प्रिकॉशंस हमने सीखे हैं इस कोविड-19 पैंडेमिक के दौरान, वो हमें आगे कंटिन्यू करने चाहिए। चाहे कोई भी स्ट्रेन आए, कुछ भी चेंजेस आए, सेम प्रिकॉशंस जो हैं सबके वही हैं जो हम सीख चुके हैं। अब ज़रूरत है इस इंफॉर्मेशन के साथ कि ये प्रोबेबिलिटी जो है न्यू स्ट्रेन की आज की डेट में तो इंडिया में इतना नहीं है, अगर आता भी है तो हमें जो है पूरे प्रिकॉशंस और स्ट्रिक्टली जो है इम्प्लीमेंट करने हैं। ये ना सोचें कि वैक्सीन अब आने वाली है तो रिलैक्स हो जाएं कि अब हमें ज़रूरत नहीं है प्रिकॉशंस की। वैक्सीन्स आर नो वैक्सीन, प्रिकॉशंस हैज़ टू बी टेकन वेरी वेरी सीरियसली। और वही हमें जो है प्रिकॉशंस ही जो है पैंडेमिक से बचाएंगे। थैंक यू।
डॉक्टर अनिल हैं क्या?
हाँ, ही इज देयर आई थिंक।
अगर नहीं है तो
जी सर। सर
हम्म,
हाँ सर, बहुत अच्छे से अभी आपने पूरा स्लाइड के द्वारा एक एक बिल्कुल जी के और उसके फंक्शंस और सारा क्या रोल्स हैं सब बहुत समझाया। और काला जी ने बताया कि अल्टीमेटली आज के टाइम में जो इस नए स्ट्रेन का जो फियर आ रहा है इसमें तो आई थिंक वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट है कि हमें जो अप्रोप्रिएट जो अपने मेजर्स हैं, मास्किंग है, फिजिकल डिस्टेंसिंग, ये मेंटेन करने की बहुत ज़रूरत है। और लोगों इसी जो और आज के टाइम पे तो लोग बहुत अवेयर भी हैं, तो आई थिंक इस जो न्यू इस तरह का जो फियर हो रहा है इस टाइम से, आई थिंक इतनी पैनिक नहीं होनी चाहिए। और इंडिया में तो अगर आप जैसा बता रहे हैं कि जो अगर इस तरह की अगर हार्ड इम्यूनिटी क्या हो रहा है, तो आई थिंक बाई दिस 24 और 25 मार्च इंडिया में हम कोरोना फ्री हो सकते हैं। दैट इज वेरी मैसेज आपने बहुत अच्छे से किया। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सबका।
So, can we take some more questions? I have seen in Dropbox chat box. With the permission, Agrawal sir.
So did vaccine linked with Bell's palsy? This question is rumored and we need an explanation for that. Mohammad Afzal, Bell's palsy जो Moderna और जो Pfizer वैक्सीन के साथ में हुई तो वो स्टैटिस्टिकली इनसिग्निफिकेंट थी, क्योंकि विंटर में वैसे भी ये वैक्सीन बेल्स पैल्सी हो जाती है। Sir, is Pfizer corona vaccine more effective than India-made vaccine on the basis of its effectiveness? As on today, yes, because इसकी antigenicity 90% से ज़्यादा है. Did the rumor that Pfizer palsy cause palsy is the same question, and और कोई नहीं है.
That's all, sir.
So if there is no other question, I'll ask Sapna ji to close the meeting.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Mr. Parashar ji to extend vote of thanks.
Thank you, Sapna madam, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, all the eminent personalities present over here. We have got a very nice message and assurance by Agrawal sir. Sir has explained very nicely all the strains of corona virus and new update in that. I would like to thank Dr. K.K. Kalra sir also, Sapna madam, Agrawal sir, and all the persons present over here spent their time. And last but not the least, I wish you Merry Christmas to each and everybody, and a very graceful Happy New Year ahead next week. And be safe, keep the precautions. I would say that wear the mask and do gaj ki duri hai zaruri. With that word, I wanted to finish this meeting. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, Sapna madam.
Thank you, everybody. We'll be back next Friday.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.